Good evening, Riv here. Welcome back to 7 Days to Die. So I've spent the last couple of days doing a little bit of grinding, getting some resources, looking for some medicine. I did find some honey, but I still haven't found any more antibiotics, so I'm still infected. I've chopped down some trees, dug up some stone and clay inside the base, and I've done some upgrades to the Horde base. It's now day 14, and we are at nearly 6 p.m. I'm at the Horde base. I've just done a few more upgrades in preparation. A wandering Horde did wander by, so I've just cleared them out and are now just doing a couple of quick checks to make sure the Horde base is ready. And I'm going to flick over to the screen now so I can give you a quick run through on it. There's the thunder. So the wandering Horde was over here. There's still a zombie over there, but he's fine. So Horde base is a little bit bigger now. Now I have put a torch on each of the 4 sides. The ladder that I did have that was going up was right around here. I had to take it out because the base is too large for it now. I had some spare wood left over, so I just made up some wood spikes just for the sake of it. And I've got the ladder over this side now. What I've done, I'll go up the top first and show you. So that's the original box. Nothing's changed in here other than I have a lock chest up the top now. That's just so I can put some resources in. I'll chuck these in now. I crafted some more arrows too. Now that I'm actually, so if I go to the blunderbuss, you'll see the range is 5 blocks and this wall is 6 blocks high. So I'll pause that now while I talk. The block range is only 5 blocks high, but the zombies stand 2 blocks high. So aiming for the head, I would still be able to hit them with a blunderbuss from here. Not as effective as being down in the bunker in the middle. But a bow and arrow would be a lot better from up here. With the wooden bars around here, means I can get a pretty easy shot. If the zombies come from this side, I can stand up here, pull out the bow and shoot down, hopefully getting the head each time and getting them out pretty quick. I didn't have enough cobblestone to upgrade all the walls. This is just flagstone. I don't have any more to repair it either, but that's only 500 health there, so it's a little bit better than reinforced wood, because reinforced wood has the 2 layers, but the cobblestone is 1500, so a lot better if you can get the cobblestone. It's only 10 cobblestone rocks to upgrade from flagstone to cobblestone. Very worthwhile if you've got the resources there, but as you can see, I'm cutting it pretty fine now just to get where I'm at here. So that wall is almost completely unupgraded. This wall has got 3 blocks, so it'll do the ground, middle, and the block above, so that should protect us from zombies' normal hits, except if they pile up. But the wooden bars up here will stop them from getting on the top. Line go over there. Yeah, he can wait. And a few more wooden spikes just to... you can rotate these around as well. Doesn't have any effect on it other than cosmetic. Pop them out. I used to get in the habit of aligning them all up, but I love that when it goes on top of grass. Be mindful of that. If I put that there, it'll break and fall straight down. I've lost many blocks, spikes, and everything on grass. So yeah, we're just about to get into Horde Night. The last couple of days have just been off camera. Just after Horde Night, I'll take you back to the base and show you the mine that I've built in there, the mine that I've dug out. You can get cobblestone fairly easily. Just having a stone shovel, you can dig up a nice little hole, get clay, dig up some rocks that you've got scattered around on top of it, or once you get 4 or 5 rows under the dirt level, you'll come across stone, and then just use your stone axe and chip away at that. I got a couple of thousand cobblestone rocks in the course of about a day, and days are 30 minutes, so it's not too strenuous. and that's enabled me to build this the wall itself. So that's 6 blocks high by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, about 14 or so, rough counting, about 14. So 14 by 14, 6 blocks high, and then upgrade nearly half of them, because I did the 4 corners. So nearly half of them have also been upgraded for 10 extra cobblestone each. I've cleared out all the trees in this field, so I've got all the wood. Made spikes. Spikes are quite expensive. We can cover that after the Horde Night, but the wooden bars are quite essential to the design of the base. So I'll quickly run you up there. Wood spikes were 20 wood per spike. And we're actually just about to start, so it'll have to be very quick. So the design here, they'll come up to here, we can shoot through them, whichever side they happen to be on. When they eventually break through in 2 blocks high and they get into the middle area, then we can run down into here and defend as per normal. As the game progresses, we'll have additional layers, so another row of, so it's 3 by 3. I can put a 3 by 3 blade trap in here, all the way around if I need to. So we'll put another row of wooden bars around here, and then another wall with another 3 rows of wooden bars as well. I call it the onion base because it's just multiple layers. My original one, I think it was only 2 row gap in between. I've just gone to a 3rd now, so I can put blade traps in there. So we're still sitting about 80 frames, it's not too bad. I did find a couple of Molotov cocktails as well, which I will make use of. Zombie count's still not super high. We are still set to 64 zombies. So you have to be careful with your wooden bars as well because they have structural integrity. If you go too far out, they won't be able to support the weight. You can also upgrade these to forged iron bars, but when you are upgrading them, you have to be careful when you're upgrading them, because iron bars are a lot heavier than wooden bars, and if you're not doing it the correct way, you can actually cause them to collapse. Reload these while we've got time. Now these are the flagstone blocks on this side, so that's why they're getting through fairly quickly. And once they punch through, we'll be in the bunker over there. That Hawaiian zombie, he's actually just come across from over there somewhere. Okay, they're going to be through in a minute. Okay, so now that they're through, we'll go into the bunker. This dog should not be able to get through, but just in case. Okay, so those other zombies the other side. But for them, the quickest path is to just punch through rather than go through the gate. But that's zombie dumb logic, which is great. We don't really want the structural engineer zombies. You're getting a few loot bags too, which is good. My game stage at the moment, if you're interested, is 28. So I haven't died once yet, and we're on 15th day. That's not good. Alright, let's go clean up. Ah, honey. Antibiotics. It might actually be clear. When you're picking up, you can either, those little bags over my arrows. They will despawn after a couple of minutes, so it's important that you pick them up quickly if you need them. You will get to a point where they're just not essential, you don't worry about them. But you can either click on each individual bag, or you can click on one and hold your interact key down, and it will actually just drag all the things nearby to you. Okay, pickaxe it. So our pickaxe is really good. So most of the wooden spikes survived here. I don't know if the wood spikes actually did much, but they probably did a little bit of damage. Get my arrows. That's all. Alright, I'll see if I got some more cobblestone in there. I can repair this hole. So temporarily what I'll do is I'll just fill these up with spikes. I'm not going to bother. My original thoughts were I was going to try something new this time and actually put a door in on each side, on each layer. So put a door in here and then put the door on the next layer on this side. Zombies won't necessarily come in here and run around. If this gets to reinforced concrete, then the fastest path would be to run around and go through the door, to bash their way through the door, rather than bash their way through the reinforced concrete. That's where the engineer zombie AI kicks in. So what you can do is delay them a little bit by making them run around to get to you. But I did that in another game, in Alpha, I think it was 18. The footprint was probably 1.5 times the size of this, the circumference of this wall, and it was inverted, so the zombies had to run around from the outside edge around to the inside. It only went round probably one full rotation to get to the middle, and then there was a staircase going up. And then it would go from the inside to the outside, and then up, and then from the outside back to the inside, then up, and they were on the roof. But I did find that the zombies didn't like going all the way around. They would just punch their way through the wall. By that stage, the wall was probably cobblestone, so only 1500 health. That could have been the reason why they didn't want to go around, because they could just punch their way through. It was faster. It's time I jump. So all up, this base, this was the first proper game that I had where I wasn't a total noob at 7 days. I actually knew what the game was about. This was the base design that I started with. It was a really simple, I think it was a 5x5 box that I dug down, did a huge underground mine, and just reinforced this over and over again. And then I put a 1 or 2 gap, then a wall, and then so on and so forth. I had about 5 or 6 springs around there. Called it the caveman house, because everything was underground. And it was just up here, just walls, iron bars, and spikes, because at that stage they didn't have any electrical traps. The only thing you had was the old wooden log spikes, which lasted a lot longer than the current wood spikes that we've got. Leave them here. 23. I'm actually going to use that now, and that is going to fully cure us. I'll use that schematic. Okay, successful Horde Night. Cure of infection. I'm going to go back to the house, pick up all the trader stuff, and go over to the trader and sell, and hopefully buy something nice. Okay, we're here. So this over here is my mine. I basically just dug out this big area to get all the clay, leveled it out a little bit over here, and then just started digging down. And I checked the map just to make sure we're on the furthest point south that we really want to get to, so we can dig all the way over to about here and still be within the wall. Once the zombie can't get to you easily, because you're underground, if there's a big wall that they would have to get through to get what they call it, it's a breadcrumb trail. So they would know to get to you, they have to follow a tunnel down. But if there's a wall stopping them from getting to the entrance to that tunnel, they will see the easiest way to get to is to dig down. They don't actually dig, they just squat down on the ground and start attacking the ground. Multiple zombies will get through a lot quicker because ground only has 200 odd health. So you can end up with a hole outside your base, which zombies will then fill up, and they'll eventually cause some damage, particularly if you're not even aware that it's there. The zombie will just stay there and just keep tunneling through. But this here is the transition from clay, from dirt, 200 health, down to stone, just 500 health. So yeah, digging this out got me a couple of thousand cobblestone, which is a 1-for-1 mixture of dirt, clay, and stone. I don't need the beer. Beer is handy if you're going hand-to-hand because it gives you stun resistance and increases your damage. We're not brawling so much, we're using clubs, but if you're using the fist weapons, that would be a good thing to have on your toolbar. But when you do drink it, it does make your screen a bit fuzzy, so be careful of that. Yep. Give me one. Yeah, so we've cleared it out. That should get us a few hundred. Most of it's fairly cheap, but those will get us a bit of cash. That'll give us a reasonable amount. Okay, let's go sell it. I realized I had a beaker as well, so I stuck that in there so we can make some more stuff. Trader is... I did do a quick walk over to the 2 airdrops, so somewhere between here and here. Couldn't find the airdrop. I think it might be in one or on the roof of one of these buildings. And another one came through over here, and I walked along the line. I couldn't see it, so somewhere in this vicinity and this vicinity will be an airdrop that we can get at a later stage. Probably more when we have transportation. So we're going that way. And when we get back, we have to loot this house over here. I went in there last night, just looking for some antibiotics or some kind of medication. Didn't find any, but it's actually a POI that I've done only once before, and I thought I'll stop now so we can now finish it off together. I did the ground level, but then when I went down to the basement, it jogged some memories, so we'll do that one in a minute. Alright, I'll see you at the trader. Just thought I'd show you this field there. That's the Horde base over there, and all the trees here are being chopped down. We've got, I think it's about 3,000 wood from it. And here we are. It's actually a pretty cool design for a trader. In no way practical with this game, because wood will not last long. Alright, green alcohol is something that you use to make your first aid kits. It is handy, but I can't remember ever having used it. With airdrops and loots, you always end up with a lot more first aid kits than you need, and having, you know, several full stacks of, I think 10 these stack up to, it's just not worth having, particularly for a short game like this. I'm actually going to keep those and swap them out. And that one. Now you can hit the W key or click each time, or just hit the max. And I just picked those up. And I'll keep the eggs. Alright, that gave us 3,200. So I always check secret stash first. So that's the Forget Elixir, 40,000 coins, and it just resets all your skills. You get all the points, but you can respec into something else. Baseball bat schematic, bunch of bullets, motorbike chassis, helmet light mod. I'm going to buy that, but I'm just going to check over here for some other stuff. Helmet light enables you to mount a torch, basically, to whatever hat that you're wearing. You used to only get it into the mining hat, so everyone would be walking around with a mining helmet on because they all wanted the torch. In, it's like Alpha 17 or 18, they changed it from that particular mining helmet to the light being a mod that you could put onto any helmet. So that was a very, very good change. Pump action shotgun, I can't afford that, but that would be good. Alright, clothing, there's the mining helmet. It already has the mod in it. Alright, so these are some of the eyewear. I think I mentioned it in one of the other videos. The eyewear all gives you a different bonus. So this one gives you a loot bonus. So anytime you loot something, your loot score will be a little bit higher. So you've got a better chance of getting other stuff. Your dig radius, that's when you're digging up treasure maps or trader quests where you've got to dig up something. The ring, which I'll show you when we do a buried treasure quest. It's a big yellow ring. It's probably 10 blocks wide. And after you dig up several blocks, it'll reduce by a block or two just to narrow down where it is you're going. That just makes it a little bit easier from the get-go. Ski goggles, if you're using the ability tree, the agility tree, anything really there that I'm interested in. Resources, a lot more than last time, and the stuff that you sell becomes, the stuff that you sell to the trader becomes stuff that you can buy later. So if you're playing a multiplayer game, make sure you check the trader because another player might be selling something that you want as well. And just keep an eye on the restock day. So day 16 in 2 days, one day because it's now day 15, all this stuff is going to change. So keep an eye on something and keep an eye on when your trader restocks, because that's when you should be going back to pick up something that you've been holding off on, or getting ready to buy something new that you need. So all of this stuff is good, but I'm not too worried about it because I can make it all in time. And it was good. Steel axe would be good. The problem with going up in levels, it uses more stamina. So here, stamina cost is 30 every hit, 30 stamina. Versus at the moment, it's only 8. So with this steel axe, I'm going to be out of stamina in just a couple of hits. So I need to get up things like my stamina regen, the sexual Tyrannosaurus, the other strength-based skill that reduces the cost, minus 69er. Things like that will make this a much more viable tool and weapon, because it is quite a decent weapon. 35 and 71 versus 17 and 31. It's a slower swing. 55 attacks per minute versus 48. Yeah, some landmines. The building and the furniture, you will generally get things in there that you can't make. So things like fuse box you can't make. It's only cosmetic, so there's no point unless you just want the look of a fuse box there. Curtains, you can't make curtains. I think you can actually make, you can make a couch, but I don't think you can make a leather sofa. Munitions box you can't make. Water cooler, just cosmetic. It does have some storage units in there. I think it's about 8 or so. So you could put your bottles of water in there if you want, you know, a water filter, just for looks. The Yucca smoothie, that's, I think, the best drink that you can get in the game. It's that one and the mineral water. Gunpowder, that would be handy, but I'm not up to bullets yet. And these are mods. So wood splitter, I've already got that mod. But if I wanted another mod, even if you're not interested in damage with wood, so my pickaxe I've got here, I could buy that and put it in there. I'm not going to be chopping down trees with it, but every mod that you add to a tool or a weapon gives it a damage boost, a damage buff. Magazine extender mod. When we get a pistol, putting that mod into the pistol will increase the rounds from 9 to like 12 or something. And there's another one, it's a drum, a small drum on there. It increases it to like 20 shots, but I think it doubles or nearly doubles the reload time, so they offset themselves. I'm going to grab that because I can foresee getting a pistol sometime soon. I'm going to grab that helmet light mod. So we're down to 2300. Always check the trader, particularly after a restock, because you don't want to buy something that would be handy, only to not have enough money to buy something that you really need. That's going to be it for me.
Safe travels.
We're going to chuck the mod in. Can't put that in. Just check. Now those. Plant fiber pants. I'll put that on. So yeah, I'm losing out on 2 cold resistance, but I'm gaining 2 heat resistance by wearing the white shirt. I'm probably going to end up more in a desert area than a snow area, just because other than snow to dig up to make water, which you can just get from any water source, I don't really find a need to go to the snow area unless it's for a quest. So I'm going to go there. You do go to the desert biome. The main reason is for oil shale. You get that to make petrol and oil bottles. Sell that. Not going to want that.
Thank you, Survivor. Check back soon. I
Will
get
do.
merchandise daily.
Okay, so 7:15. I'm going to go over here and do this fetch quest. See, I need to get some wood so I can repair my bow. Now, I'm going to keep the stone axe there because it also enables me to chop down trees and repair things over the pickaxe. But also the pickaxe, this uses a stone to repair, that uses a repair kit. You have to either loot, buy, or craft repair kits. And I can't make a repair kit now. Forged iron and duct tape. That's not too bad. Check the barbecues, because you will find meat. I'm going to go down here because that's some free cobblestone. That being slightly sideways indicates that it's not actually a metal block, and it was also jutting out from the wall a little bit. And that's a lounge. Oh, I did find a wrench as well, which I left back at the house. And I found it in that house that we're going to go loot.
Just to let you folks know that Trader Joel's will be closing soon.
The reason these stick to the side is because it's joined to the block. It's not magic. Finally, devs like to hide things, so if something looks like there could be something there, there generally is. So just keep a good eye out. Pretty dark in here. Ding! Sledgehammer. Sell that. The only downfall of the helmet light is that it will alert zombies. But you can see them, so it doesn't matter. And that is most likely mine. So I don't normally play this game with headphones on, so I'm hearing all these extra noises. I normally just use my speakers. It's interesting now with the extra noises, because I can't interact with it. Well, that's a bomb. So I could go out and shimmy around that mine. There we go. Beauty of this game being completely open, you can do whatever you want. I use the door, and then you can just go through the wall. And then don't run straight back into the mine. Alright, we are getting full. Remind me when I get back to the house to craft some pocket mods. Bow accuracy. Yeah, come on. It is a lot slower to constantly go around in stealth, but it is really handy to always get the first shot in. Yeah, there's the vultures. So this staircase going up that's taken out indicates that there's another way of getting up there. It is generally an outside ledge, another window. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Satisfying. I didn't bring my knife. I'm also thinking about changing this from 30-minute days to an hour or 2 hour. It just gives me more time to do a bit more work, fixing up the base or something like that. It's just, I don't mind playing the 30-minute days because I've never really played them before and it's a little bit more exciting. But there's just stuff that I want to show you guys and I just don't have the time to do it, or to do it well. Come on, actually. So yeah, the next video you'll probably find that this is an hour-long day or a 2-hour day, and I'll just split it up into shorter videos. I've actually already hit the timer, so I'm gonna get out of here. Just waiting for that floor to cave in. We're no longer infected. Yeah, that's a bow upgrade. Arrows. Okay, I'm going to call that here. So that was Horde Night. Some minor upgrades to the base. Quite effective. Once we get a few more layers on, get them all upgraded. Probably by the next Horde Night. The Horde Night after next one. I'm going to want to have some kind of structure on top because we're going to start seeing vultures on a Horde Night. And it is quite distracting when you're standing on the lip of the edge looking down at a big group of zombies and you're getting attacked in the back by vultures, and even worse when you're getting the mutated vultures that are spitting at you from range. And we also want to have some kind of shield up there to stop when the cop zombies come through. They also vomit out acid, so we want to have some kind of wall that's going to give us protection, break the line of sight from the zombie cops. And this onion base is designed for that. So the way that we've got the ramp blocks going down, nothing can see you until they get right in your face, and that's when you can shotgun them to the face. So what we want to do is get ourselves some visibility blocking going through. There's a couple of ways we can do that. Hatches hanging down from like an awning that you can just drop the hatch down and it breaks line of sight. You can then just pop it up, move through, shoot, come back, break line of sight. Just having thin walls or plates that you can step behind when the zombie is running toward the zombie cop's running towards you, and it stops, duck behind, because then it'll break that animation of them vomiting the acid at you. And also the vultures, but they will generally be coming from above. So as long as your roof is solid, they won't shoot at you until they get down to your level. And because we're not up super high, you can make your base, 30, 40 blocks in the sky if you like. But I don't really see any point to that. Sometimes I'll have a base that's elevated. Some of the bases are designed around being off the ground because then it makes the zombie come at you in one particular way. When you're on the ground, the zombie will come at you anyway that it comes from. So having a big staircase that makes the zombie come to you in one particular direction makes it easier for you to set your defenses up, catering for that. This is just a base that I haven't used in a while, so we'll see how it goes. Give it a few more Horde Nights. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks. December sometime is when Alpha 20 is coming out. So I'll try and get as much done in this series as we can before Alpha 20 comes out, and then we'll kick in for a big long game in there. All right, I'm going to leave this here, and I'm going to record another video after this, so I will see you on the next one. Thank you.